Boston's on-ground champ.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Boom, 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 boom. Oh, it's so dark. Let me get a little light on in here because it's dark. Wait, hold on. Good morning. Welcome. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We are in the building. It is Monday, the last week of October. It is Halloween, pre-Halloween week, all of the things. We are fresh off the weekend and we got to catch up, find out what's going on. It's been a gorgeous weekend. So many things to do, so many parties, so many things. Mm-hmm. Quick check-in. How you doing, Mr. Tristan?
I'm there. Good morning. I don't know why I came in, but I'm there. But good morning, everybody. Good morning, Boston City, New England area, and all surrounding towns. I'm good. Fresh off the Halloween, the pre-Halloween.
Did you do any Halloween yet?
Did I do any Halloween? I didn't do any Halloweening. I have been eating the candy, though. I have been indulging myself in the Halloween candy. I did. I've been having a good time, though. Shout outs to, I've been DJing everywhere this weekend.
You should have joined the DJ conversation the other day.
I ain't got time for it. I got money to make.
Get into the DJ conversation. If you ain't in it, then that means you must got a job.
Yes, I got.
Or maybe you gotta get a job. Something.
I got jizzobs.
You got a jizzob. You got gigs. Okay,
yes,
job is a gig job, and that's what you.
Where
got.
you going tonight? What you doing? I'm playing out.
I am not here. That's where I am. I am not here. I have to make the money.
Yes, absolutely.
Wakey bakey.
Shout out to those white folks, boy. I tell you, the white folks been keeping me afloat.
And that's good. That shows versatility, diversity, DEI.
All of it.
You are the DEI.
On Saturday, I had to DJ out. Early Saturday morning at a kickball tournament for Madison Park. Old school versus new school.
How was that?
It was
been
good.
Fun.
It was very good. I don't know who won, but from the looks of it, it looked like the new school won.
Yeah, they got better knees. Better. When you kick that ball out, you got to make sure that leg can retract back where it needs to go.
For real. And,
yes, sir.
Also on Saturday night, I had to DJ out in Lexington.
How was that?
Nice. It was very nice. A nice Halloween party. And, they didn't have the biggest turnout, but, they still gave me an extra $100. So shout outs to Miss Lynn and the crew.
How interesting is that, huh?
It was, man.
If you don't have a good turnout here in Boston, they'll be like, let me get you next time.
Yeah, right.
You don't get your regular pay or the extra pay. I'm just going to hit you up next time.
And I feel bad because I didn't even realize I got a little extra money because, it's white folks, they give you the money, you don't want to count it in front of them. So when I got in the car,
peel it down,
right. When I got in the car at the end of the night, I was like, "Bro, she gave me an extra little $100."
Send a little text message, being like, "Thank you very much. Times is hard. Thank you very much. Praise Jesus."
Yeah, man. And that was it. Yesterday I chilled. With my neighbors. Did a little running around, and that was it.
That was me too. Saturday. What did I do Saturday? Saturday I did something. Oh, Saturday. Shout outs to Battle Axe and Smoke. They invited me on their video shoot for their 10-year anniversary, in which they commissioned a duck boat to go through the hood.
Get out of here.
And they set up the duck boat to stop at different scenes. One was over here by Franklin Park, Harambe, over by the tennis court. One by Malcolm X Boulevard, by the basketball court where the Floor Lords joined us. It was a really dope event. Shout out to everybody that was there. I saw Brandy Blaze, Red Shades, Bakari, Mark Marin, Paul. It was a very kind of cool thing, and I was excited to be a part of that.
The City Kids was there.
Yeah, it was really, really dope. So I can't wait till the video to drop. I met a really great shout out to, what's her name? It is I can't remember her duck boat name, but the conductor and the driver whipped that duck boat around Boston like it was a Corolla, like it was a Toyota Corolla. And the narrator was really, really just dope. She invited us on a ride. I got to contact their media center so we can do a duck tour media ride.
I ain't never been on one.
Yeah, it's fun. It is fun.
But I want to go in the water though.
Yes, we gotta go in. No, we're gonna do the whole thing. We're gonna do some content around it. Bring Javi. We're gonna have a good time. Get a little advertisement.
Shout out to Hyperrel on the check-in.
Hi, Hyperrel. How you doing?
I got his video from his wedding. Dope
Oh,
video.
did he? I'm still mad that I didn't get no little invite. Now I don't know Hyperrel like that for him to be paying for my dinner to his wedding. But still, I should have received an invite. That's all I'm gonna say here. And then after that, big shout out to Auntie Iris. She had a little birthday gathering at the house.
Nice.
And then I went home. I realized that I'm washed, Tristan.
Yep.
I have absolutely zero desire to do anything. People be like, oh, let's go. No, you go. Sunday, I spent the day cleaning my home.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what you do on Sunday.
Literally cleaning my home. I cleaned CK's room. I
didn't have
didn't
him
know
clean his room?
that teenager, because he's a teenager, he don't know nothing about no cleaning a
My
room.
mother used to have Saturday morning.
Boy, Tristan, the way that you would have, I disposed of about 13 tons of trash. Like the boy had a pile of Oreo cookie crumbs in the corner for later, I think. Like, I was just sweeping and sweeping and sweeping. By the time I realized what was going on, I was sweating and hot and tired and bothered. It was a whole affair. Then he go come home, throw all the good clean clothes on the floor. I almost lost my mind.
I had anxiety all my teenage years, Saturday morning,
But cleaning your room?
because my mother would wake up like, I don't know, she would be like a storm. That's what it sounded like.
Exactly, Lawan. The teenage boys' rooms are just nasty. I was terrified that something would jump out at me a couple of times. Like the toys that he had in there, like because he's 13 now, I don't feel like he should be playing with little toys, but he likes scissors and he likes to cut shit up. So there was a lot of cutting. There's a lot of pieces of cut things. I was like, what's happening? Why is this happening? And that's my fault, because that's the first time that I really did a deep dive on his room. Like lifting up the bed, I was like, oh my God, there's probably a colony of mice under here. They probably went out to get something to eat, because what the hell? So that happened, and then and now we're here. We're here today. We're here today just to make it today. And yeah, we might have some special guests dropping in a little bit. Nothing too planned, but you know, some impromptu talks about community and things like that. But for the meantime, let's get right into the show so that
we did talk about the Cash Money versus.
Oh yes, Cash
Low
Money
Limit.
versus Low Limit. Tristan didn't
I
get a
didn't get to
chance to
watch it.
see it. I saw it. You know, I was on my phone most of the time. Pastor Troy was like, I thought you said you wanted to watch it. And I was like, I am watching it. I don't got to look to watch, because, you know, like it's one of those things like, The only verses I ever really enjoyed was Beanie Man and Bounty Killer.
That was the best one.
That was hands down the best one ever.
You don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
They need to run back a West Indian
really
verses, because those go hard.
They really do.
Very, very hard. Anyways,
so who won? Who to you? No
they
Limit
said-
or Cash Money?
who they say won? It was Cash Money.
Cash Money won?
I don't know. You can't ask me.
Cash Money.
You got to ask some of these people in the comment section, because you can't tell me. I'm not the musical connoisseur that somebody like Tristan.
So if Lil Wayne didn't come, did they do any Lil Wayne music?
They did play some of his songs in between, you know, like switching or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But because he wasn't there, I didn't know like the full story between him and Birdman and how they just don't talk at all.
Yeah.
Like they got beef.
Not still?
Yeah, they got beef.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
so
thought that was done with.
Jess said No Limit won, and Jess is a hip hop connoisseur. Jess even listens to battle rap, which is crazy.
Battle rap? Really?
Yeah.
Jess? Like,
Jess is heavy into battle rap. I was like, Jessica? Jessica.
I hope you're not like the people that go on vacation and start turning on battle rap on their vacation.
She probably do. I didn't know that Jess was that hood. Shoot.
I went to Trinidad and had a roommate that was started playing battle. What is going on?
What?
What?
In Trinidad?
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I want to hear this. I had to shout out Savon, but he's cool.
He said he didn't show up because Turk wasn't there. And Birdman did say F you to Turk
And
at
he
the
called
end.
him a B word.
He called him a whole
I
B
did see
word.
that.
And we'll get into that later in the show too, because there was give me a project chick, one who don't give. That is Jess, Let me stop. Because there was a battle rap. His name is Ours. He was here with DJ Alcide the other day because I was like, I know it's something that take off the first letter. And I was like, is it Apps? Maybe his name is Raps. Apps. No, but it's Ours.
Ours.
Bars.
Oh, yeah.
Take off the B. Ours. He's a battle rapper. And I was like, I didn't know that. But that full interview would be out on our YouTube channels soon. Shout out to DJ Alcide with that. And Evan Disa said, I saw memes the day after and didn't even know verses had happened. I was so lost on the memes. Evan Disa, get it together. Get it. Oh, Arsenal. Ours. Yes.
Arsenal.
Thank you very much, Daniel. Don't forget to call me later. But anyways, let's get into the show because we do got to get this going, and we'll get back to you soon.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz. You're listening to Spark FM. Online.
Your number one local radio. The Spark of New England, Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Good morning.
All right, good morning. We are back. We didn't go anywhere. We just took a little break, but let's get into it. Today is Monday, October 27th. It's at 9:50 a.m. It is currently 44 degrees outside. It's going to reach a high of 54. And then tonight, goddamn, drop down to 35 degrees. Drop down and get your freeze on. Golly, that's crazy. That means it's inside of the house with a little heat. It's time to turn the heat on, folks. It's time to when do you turn the heat on?
Not quite yet.
Not yet?
Not quite yet. Not
November?
in West Indian homes. Still not yet.
November 1?
About maybe second week of November.
Nah, the other day my mother was like, put on the heat. Let's take the chill off a little. Let's just ease off of it a little bit. God damn. It is cold outside. So let's get right into the news. Police seek two men in assault, larceny at store in Dorchester. Oh, wow.
People robbing.
They look crazy. Police are seeking two men in connection with an assault and larceny at a Dorchester store on Sunday afternoon. The incident occurred at 12:45 p.m. September 20th at Mad Rag, located at 452. That's my Mad Rag. What's going on over there? What they did, an adult female victim told officers that two unknown males entered the store and began verbally berating her. The victim verbally trespassed the suspects and asked them to leave. Verbally trespassed. One of the males then grabbed a burgundy or maroon colored handbag, passed all points of purchase, and exited the store without paying. The second male threw a plastic water bottle at the victim before leaving the store. Officers observed the victim to be covered in water. Is there a video there? No, it's not. The suspects are described as two black males in their 20s who the victim has not seen before. Officers canvassed the area for suspects with negative results. The victim declined medical attention. Anyone with information is urged to contact B12. Ain't nobody gonna come through and say nothing.
Oh, somebody gonna say something.
They got good pictures of them. These are men?
So I'm assuming this is one of the victims because that looks like a woman. And that looks
They
like
wouldn't have had the victims up here though, Tristan.
Oh, you're right.
What the hell
They
is
said
that?
two men though.
They said two men.
Well,
It could be trans men
that what it
or
looked
men
like.
dressed in drag.
That's what it looked like.
That's what it looks like because upon first, and this is why hey, somebody got to find these two individuals. I don't care who they are. They are armed and dangerous.
Let's zoom in a little bit.
That is. Hold on a second. This one got on a blonde wig, a tank top, a purse, and some sweats. This one has on titties and leggings and boots. That's
interesting.
It's interesting that they were able to identify them as males. All right. Okay. That's where we're at right here. You know, you can do whatever you want to do and be able to wear what you want to do and wear what you want to wear. Leave people alone. Don't be going in the store and throwing water balls at people and verbally assaulting people. That's not nice.
I feel like they did it because they stole. One of them stole, so it sounded like they just went in there berating people and irating people just so they could steal.
Berating and irating. They just out of order. Regardless of how you look at it, them two is out of order. Former federal prosecutor gives insight into gambling investigation ending in the arrest of 3 former Celtics. Former Celtics Terry Rozier, Chauncey Billups, and Damon Jones were among dozens of people arrested in a federal gambling probe on Thursday. The investigation was nationwide and spanned several years. 7 News spoke with former federal prosecutor Evan Gottlieb about the inner workings of how a case such as this comes together. Gottlieb said investigators most likely made deals with people who had information that would help their case as they gathered evidence. It shows that they're using a lot of complex evidence here, which probably involves maybe some wiretapping of phones, some reading of emails, other WhatsApp signal communications like that, Gottlieb said. Gottlieb also explained that it might have taken to convince witnesses to come forward. Anytime an investigation occurs, the FBI will approach individuals which they think are called subjects, maybe not targets of an investigation, to see if they have information. They may even approach targets where there may be cooperators in the investigation that are helping the FBI and the U.S. Attorney General's office find other individuals and offer them some sort of deal beforehand. He also spoke about the potential punishment those accused in the wide-reaching criminal enterprise could face. The max is 30 years, but so what is this? What happened? They was just operating an illegal gambling ring and using electronics and stuff to do it.
Yeah, it was.
And that's the gist of it.
I don't know too much about the
Me
gambling
either.
thing, but yeah.
I guess that's illegal for people to do. So these former Celtics coaches and players are now in the trouble. I don't want to listen to Cash Patel tell me anything about anything.
I have it on. Hold on, it's right here.
Let's go. Here it is.
Did more on it. All right, here goes the clip.
The stunning arrest of 3 former Celtics players, Chauncey Billups, Terry Rozier, and Damon Jones. They're all facing charges in connection with a wide-ranging illegal gambling investigation. The 3 former Celtics were among the dozens of people across 11 states who were arrested in a federal takedown. Good evening, everyone. I'm Colton Bradford. Now, this is certainly one of the biggest sports gambling scandals in recent memory. The FBI says it involves Billups, a current NBA head coach, Rozier, a current NBA player, and even the Mafia. NBC 10's Mary Marcos has the latest from the Garden.
Players who once suited up for the Boston Celtics now on defense in a different kind of court.
These are serious felonies. Now, they're not likely to ever face the maximum penalty, but these could be decades in prison.
Prosecutors say time has run out on a high-stakes game of illegal gambling and organized crime, and the NBA is caught in the middle.
The integrity of the NBA today took a massive hit.
One part of the investigation, Operation Royal Flush, targets rigged poker games run by New York Mafia families. Prosecutors say ex-Celtics Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones helped make the games look legit, while mobsters used cheating tech to steal over $7 million.
These ties between the leagues and criminal activity have been around since there's been sports.
In Operation Nothing But Bet, prosecutors say Terry Rozier, now with the Miami Heat, told a childhood friend he planned to leave a March 2023 game early with an injury while playing for the Hornets. That led to over $200,000 in bets on his understats. Rozier checked out just 9 minutes in, and the feds say those bets paid off in tens of thousands of dollars.
The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash.
Makes it not fun to watch. It's predicted.
Sports is never going away.
whether I pay it or not. It's never going away.
So, yeah.
I mean, I think people do this every day. Maybe if they just maybe stuck to DraftKings or Fandango. Oh, Fandango is is the movie one. But yeah, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
you can't bet on yourself, especially when you're playing.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy because I'm gonna lose if the more money come to me losing. Let me just tell you how I'm gonna lose real good. I'm gonna get that money.
Speaking of the Celtics, they did lose last night.
They did
113 to 119.
However, the Patriots did win.
Yes, they did.
Yesterday.
Yes, they did.
And they won bigly.
Largely, yeah.
Yeah, bigly. Former federal prosecutor.
And that was their first game. I think they won at home too.
Oh, the Celtics?
Patriots.
The Patriots. Oh, good for them. All right, we're doing real good in the football. That's what they said. They said, we looking good. We looking good. Former federal prosecutor gives insight. Oh, sorry. Prosecutors drop case that led to 2-month jailing of Turtle Boy. Oh, good for Turtle Boy, I guess. Prosecutors Wednesday dropped the criminal case that prompted a 2-month jailing of Holden Aiden, Turtle Boy Kearney, 2 years ago. Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey, in a brief press release, announced prosecutors would no longer pursue the case. They will continue to prosecute Kearney and 2 others tied to allegations he harassed witnesses in the Karen Reed murder case. The case that office dropped stemmed from an encounter Kearney had with his ex-girlfriend Lindsay G. Tanny in Medfield on Christmas Eve of 2023, beginning as he portrayed as a setup. Go ahead.
He might be on Friday's show.
Who?
I think he might be on Friday's show.
Am I?
I don't think so.
No, let me see.
Yes, did that
I did that. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Is
You
it.
on the.
I got the 2 of them there. The 2 of
okay.
them, and that's the problem. Project Bread Food Source Hotline provides aid during government shutdown. There's a lot of information going out there, and it seems like Boston is really kind of trying to figure out what we're gonna do about insecurities. As of November 1st, a lot of SNAP benefits, or a lot of people that are on SNAP benefits, are going to lose those benefits. I have not fact checked this, but they said that as long as you keep $1 on your card moving into November, you would be eligible for the backup that the country has if Donald Trump decides to release those monies for the people who cannot feed themselves. So I'm hoping that that is the case, but basically, people are preparing for the shutdown. As the government shutdown continues, Project Bread continues to provide resources to help families avoid hunger. Several federal programs like the Special Supplemental Nutrition Program, aka SNAP, is at risk on November 1st if this shutdown continues to move forward. Organizations like Project Bread help Bay Staters locate critical resources like free meals and find emergency food programs like food pantries and community meals with their food source hotline. When indecision in the Washington threatens food access and nutrition programs, the impacts are very real for families and communities here in Massachusetts. Let's go to Todd Kazashkian, who's going to tell us more.
The SNAP benefits next week, it would cause major problems for the 1 million recipients here in Massachusetts. The governor made the comments this morning here at Nubian Markets in Roxbury. She says President Trump could release money for SNAP, the supplemental nutrition program, as other presidents have done during previous government shutdowns.
I think about single moms, for example. So many heads of household, single moms in Massachusetts and around America, who next week won't know how to feed their kids. I was raised by a single mom, and I do not want to see single moms or anyone else in this state, in this country, suffer needlessly. And the fact of the matter is they don't need to. Because today, as we sit here and Donald Trump builds that ballroom, he has an opportunity to release billions of funds that will provide these benefits and keep people fed during this shutdown. I ask the President.
Again, 1 million people here in Massachusetts receive SNAP benefits. Here's the impact if the money, $240 million a month, does not come to Massachusetts from the federal government. The state says 32% of recipients are under the age of 18. 26% are seniors, 31% are people with disabilities. Today at the press conference, the United Way announced a special response fund to help people in need. You can find a link to that fund, as well as other resources on our website, WCVB.com. Reporting live in Roxbury, Todd Kiskiewicz, WCVB News Center.
It's crazy. I don't understand why this is even a thing. I wonder why they are attacking people who need food.
Richest country in the world.
It's so crazy, isn't it? Like, you're cutting benefits because there's a handful of people that are abusing benefits. You think that everybody that's on SNAP is somehow abusing the system, and you're gonna cut them off while you build a ballroom for you and your boys. I think it's rather remarkable how this America is really moving forward into the pits of hell. That is pretty. That is to say a lot.
Wanda also said bad timing with Thanksgiving coming up as well.
Yeah,
crazy.
man.
Holiday season, and this is what we're
Everybody's suspecting that the shelves is going to be empty because people are going to start swiping. So if SNAP benefits feed 1 million in Massachusetts, you mean to tell me 80% of them, 800,000 were at Boston? I want you to go and sit down somewhere. All right? Go and sit down somewhere, please, right now. And first of all, it was first recorded as 1 million. Let's keep our hearts open and prayers up for our Jamaican. Yes, so we're gonna get into that story very soon. The people of Jamaica, especially, they are going through Hurricane Melissa right now, and Melissa is set to tear it up. So if you have people in Jamaica, make sure that you're checking on them. I know that the 2 major airports have been closed. We're going to get into more details of that story a little bit later down the line. But, if you didn't know about that, go do a little quick research and see what is going on out there with Hurricane Melissa. She is Melissa out there causing the thing, man. Joe Biden receives Lifetime Achievement Award at the Kennedy Institute in Boston. I thought Trump owned that one too. No,
you don't own that.
I thought he was the board chair. How dare they
shut it down? Didn't they shut it down?
They did for a little 2 seconds. Former President Joe Biden received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the Edward M. Kennedy Institute in Boston on Sunday night, saying that it was one of the most meaningful honors he had ever received. The event marked Biden's first public appearance since completing a round of cancer treatment a week ago, in which he rang the bell for that first part. The institute honored Biden as part of his 10th anniversary celebration and noted his contributions in public service, including his election to the Senate in 1972. Here's the clip.
Recognized. This is one of the most meaningful honors I've ever received in my career.
President Joe Biden, the picture of the Edward M. Kennedy Institute's highest honor.
My friend Teddy Kennedy was by my side in every consequential moment of my political life.
He accepted the Lifetime Achievement Award in Boston Sunday, just days after finishing radiation for an aggressive form of prostate cancer.
We've been told that this means so much to him that it's been a real help to have this as his treatment was finishing up. And so we are just inspired to have him work through that and still come tonight.
More than 500 people went to the sold-out fundraiser, marking 10 years since the Institute opened its doors and acknowledging Biden's decades of service from the Senate to the White House.
His appointment of Marty Walsh was a game changer for all of us in the recovery community.
Also honored was Admiral Lisa Franchetti, the first woman to serve on the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and former Boston Mayor and Labor Secretary Marty Walsh.
The president's speech really was about the heat in our country right now and turning it down and looking to work across the aisle. We didn't mention it tonight, but the fact that there's government employees, federal government employees working tonight without getting paid, and they're not bringing people back into the Senate to take action here, it's really an embarrassment.
The Institute was built to inspire leadership and unity, a mission members of the Kennedy family say is more important now than ever. In Boston, Mary Marcos, NBC 10 Boston.
Verse 1.
That's good for... Boy, I tell you. Mighty. Boy, mighty.
We need the invitation to that next time.
We do.
A lot of money
Go and
over
sit
there.
down and hang out with them, talk some politics. Dorchester man detained facing charges as getaway driver in shooting that left woman paralyzed. So this, I'm going to save this to the end because I'm going to bring this story back up. OSHA and Coast Guards to investigate deadly crane collapse in Everett. You know, them cranes is huge. Have you ever? I used to see a man who used to operate the crane. But those things are absolutely huge. So that must have been a scary situation. OSHA and Coast Guards to investigate deadly crane collapse in Everett and other top stories. So here is this one about the crane collapse in Everett.
Coast Guard as well as OSHA will be in Everett tomorrow to begin investigating Friday's deadly crane collapse. 2 workers were killed when that crane toppled over Friday. The victims were part of the Pile Drivers and Divers Local 56 union. Work at that site has since stopped. Police in Norton are searching for someone who keeps throwing objects at people from a moving pickup truck. Police released dash cam footage of a black Ford F-150 with chrome bumpers and door handles. They say that someone inside the truck has been throwing things at other vehicles.
Right. I think they were done with that OSHA story.
Yeah, there was that and other stories. An Irish firefighter found guilty of Boston hotel rape. So remember when, what was it, 2 years ago for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
The Irish firefighter dude came down here for St. Patty's Day, ended up raping a woman. An Irish firefighter charged with raping a woman at Boston Hotel while visiting the city in 2024 in March for the St. Patrick's Day parade was found guilty on court on Friday. Terrence Crosby's trial, his second in Boston after an earlier mistrial, began last week. Closing arguments came this week. He is due to be sentenced on October 30th. Crosby of the Dublin Fire Brigade had been arrested on suspicion of sexually assaulting a woman at the Omni Parker Hotel after a night of drinking at the Black Rose Bar. Prosecutors said that the alleged victim returned to the hotel with another Irish firefighter she met at the Black Rose and had consensual sex with him in his hotel room, which they said he shared with Crosby. The woman went into the other bed in the middle of the night, prosecutors said, because the man she was with was sprawled out and snoring loudly. The Commonwealth alleges that the woman woke up and realized another man was on top of her and raping her. The defendant, the firefighter, the person who was supposed to protect people from harm, he began the danger. Wow. When he entered the hotel room, he saw that the victim was asleep and that she was vulnerable and defenseless and in bed that was supposed to be his. In the hotel room, opportunity met intent, and in the moment the victim became his target. Prosecutors said that the alleged victim was able to leave the hotel and then went to the emergency room at Massachusetts General Hospital, where she underwent DNA swab testing and spoke with Boston police detectives. DNA testing allegedly revealed the genetic material of 2 male profiles. However, the testing was insufficient to tie to any individual. They said that police questioned Crosby, who rebooked his flight to leave Boston sooner than planned. He was arrested at Logan Airport after Boston police had the plane he had boarded, bound, turned around while he was taxiing to take off. That's Jet 2 holiday right there, boy. Crosby defense team pushed back on the prosecutor's claim during the opening statements, telling jurors that their client denies the allegation and maintains that he is innocent. The defense attorney and the Commonwealth doesn't have enough evidence to prove that their case beyond a reasonable doubt. The case is going to involve a lot of suspicion and maybes and what ifs. It's going to involve a lot of emotion, but we don't convict people on suspicion. His team pointed to the alleged victim's alcohol consumption that day, as well as the DNA testing and ability to identify a specific match. When someone makes this kind of accusation, what they say, how they say it, how often it changes, and what's missing, that matters, the attorney said. Memory matters. A mistrial was declared during his first trial earlier this year, the Boston Globe reported. I guess my question is, where was the other firefighter when she was being raped? He
wasn't in the room.
They said that he was sprawled out on the other
he was
bed.
Passed out. He was passed out drunk.
She didn't want to throw something and hit him.
It sounds like
he was blacked out.
It sounds like everybody was under the influence or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's crazy.
That's terrible. That is terrible. That is horrible. That is horrible.
And
you go off a
Omni
nice
Parker
little
is
time.
such a nice hotel.
Yeah, you go on a nice time drinking and kiss me, I'm Irishing. Take a nice little Irishman back to your apartment. Have a little thingy thing. Y'all decided y'all too tired to keep up. He drunk, and then next thing you know, that's just messed up. This world is so dangerous and so crazy. Very, very crazy. Boston approves a 700-foot tall building downtown. How tall is the Prudential? Is the John Hancock? Is that the tallest one?
How tall is 700 feet?
700 feet is quite tall. How many stories is that? That's crazy.
How many stories is 700 feet?
Let's see. Well, not go. How many stories is 700? Lawanda probably got it in there already.
It probably say in the
cover. So feet to stories calculator. Oh no, that's not what we want. So let's just read what is going on here. A 700-foot building will be going downtown. The Boston Zoning Commission approved a rezoning proposal to allow buildings up to 700 feet tall in some parts of downtown. According to an article by Nick DeCosta Kilpa for WBUR, it requires towers that take advantage of new height limits in downtown crossing to be mostly residential, and it repeals land use restrictions, making it easier to build housing and open businesses like cafes, bakeries, gyms, and other things across downtown. The new rule won't apply to most downtown buildings because of state shadow regulations and FAA rules related to flight paths to Logan Airport. DeCosta Kilpa explains. Zoning Commission Chair Michael Nicholas said in an interview with Boston Magazine that there are only 4 to 6 sites where a new 700-foot tower could realistically be built. Mayor Michelle Wu, who is expected to sign the plan, said it will provide predictability by prioritizing housing in a different way, but it also ensures that there are protections for the historic buildings that make up a large part of the downtown area. I want to know how many is supposed to be affordable. Not affordable according to Massachusetts affordable, because Massachusetts affordability according to Massachusetts is foolishness. It's not. That's not affordable. You still got to be making like 6 figures, like $102,000 per year in order to afford Massachusetts. I see Taylor in the comment section. How much we got to be able to make to get a house, Taylor? How much of us could get a house right now? Tell us right now. I want to know right now.
If she's still there.
If she's still there. Taylor, if you there right now, how can we get a house immediately? Last but not least, major U.S. airports.
J.B. Brentworth.
Woo, what are Woo doing?
You stupid Larry. That's a good
Lawanda said between 50 and 70 stories is 700 feet. I know what you did. What are Woo do? But those stipulations are good. She's making it so that it's mostly residential housing and that the commercial space that is being used is for small businesses. So that's good. Affordable housing in downtown sound to me like luxury apartments, but what do I know? Major U.S. airports face ground stops and flight delays amid ongoing government shutdown. How long is this going to last? You think he's trying to set a record with this one too?
Absolutely.
Because that's what it seems like. It seems like none of this thing actually matters to him. He doesn't matter. He doesn't care about his approval rate. He doesn't care about how people feel about him. He doesn't care about not passing things in Congress. Like this guy has nothing to lose, actually. He has nothing to lose.
How many days are we at right now?
We're at like 23 or 26. Major airports across the U.S. issued ground stops on delay Sunday amid the ongoing federal government shutdown. Newark Liberty International Airport in New Jersey issued a ground delay Sunday afternoon until 12:59 a.m. local time the following day, which flights delayed around 82 minutes on average. Damn. According to the website for the Federal Aviation Administration in Boston, a ground stop was issued until 4:30 p.m. local time at Logan International Airport due to disabled aircraft on the runway.
Wow.
On the runway? How did the aircraft make it all the way to the runway disabled? That's crazy. In Boston, a ground stop was issued around 8:30 a.m. on Sunday. A staffing shortage reportedly triggered a ground stop affecting flights at Los Angeles International Airport. The ground stop was later lifted, according to KTLA. Oakland International Airport in Oakland, California was also impacted by that ground stop. San Francisco International Airport issued a ground delay until 1:59 a.m. the following day, and many other airports experienced temporary flight delays Sunday afternoon, typically between 15 and 30 minutes. So yeah, pretty much all the major airports, Dallas, New York, Denver, Florida, Orlando, Seattle, Chicago. Shit. Damn.
I'm canceling my flight.
Yeah, man. At this point, you might as well just chill out for a little bit because you ain't going very far these days, or you will be delayed. That's good for me because I usually get to the airport late anyways. So give me a little time. Go ahead.
All right. Here's a little bit of story.
Why don't we sign on right now?
Did your boss, Donald Trump?
You can easily extend the ACA
did your
right
boss,
now.
Donald Trump,
He's
give
not
you
my boss.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. And by the way,
So let me ask you a
why
question.
did you vote to
Let me
shut
ask
the
you a
government
question.
down?
Make
No, it's
yourself
sad.
relevant.
It's sad. You could
It's
easily
an
sign on to
You're
this.
embarrassing yourself
You could
right
sign
now.
on to this. The only
You're
embarrassment
chasing
here is
clout.
you
You're not going to talk to me
fraud
and talk
and
over me
non-New York residents
because you don't
getting
want to
paid.
hear what I have to say.
Oh, I'm listening.
So why don't
Go
you
ahead.
just keep your mouth shut?
Okay, Hakeem Jeffries.
Hakeem Jeffries getting into it there in Congress. The shutdown, though,
I like it.
also having a major impact on airports across the country. There have been more than 2,000 delays and over 50 cancellations today alone. This as federal workers are bracing for mass furloughs. So joining me now is Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy. Mr. Secretary, thank you for being with us here today. That's pretty ominous. Nobody wants delays. Everybody wants air traffic control. So how much time do we have? How dangerous is it getting when it comes to when we fly?
Will, I want you to fly on time. I don't like your delays. I don't like cancellations. Historically, there's about a 5% of delays that is attributed to staffing issues in our towers. In the last couple of days, it's been 53%. And so my message to the air traffic controllers who work for DOT is show up for work. You have a job to do. And by the way, those who have shown up, I'm grateful for them and their service. But the bottom line is these controllers are stressed out and they're rebelling on this shutdown because they may not get paid. They're working 6 days a week. They're keeping America operational and they're not guaranteed a paycheck and they're frustrated by it. And so they're not coming into work. But when you talk about safety, we make sure safety comes first. And so if we don't feel like it's safe, we will slow down traffic. We will stop traffic. That is the first priority.
Yeah, and I take it that if you're at 53% today, that's only going to get worse day by day as we linger on in this shutdown.
Boy, I tell you, we are in a goddamn. This is what I'm saying today. I said, you know what? I really hate.
We got some answers from Daryl.
City of Boston home ownership AMI rates are based on household income and size with specific income limits for different AMI percentages. For example, for a single person household, the income limit is approximately $81,000 for 70% AMI. This is a lot of numbers. Y'all got to read those by yourself because that is a lot of numbers. I'm in a program to home ownership. There's income-based programs now. I'm making close to $80K and I'm doing it by myself. There's ways to be a homeowner. Just got to do your research. Yes, I agree. There are so many great programs. NACA.
Larry, you're making $80K. You're working, baby.
Hi, Larry. How you doing?
Working.
What you saying? How you? Is you single?
Send me an application. Send me a link.
Swing me an invite to dinner. That's what I like. Larry, if you're going to be out here making low coin, we might have to reconsider our friendship parameters. I do a little something strange for some change. All right? Wink. We'll have Maha. There is Naka. There is all kind of great stuff that people could get into in order to get a home. If you got the means to do it, get her done. And this next story that we're gonna get into, and then we're gonna take a quick little pause, and then we will come back with some developments from that are not necessarily. Anyways, remember the lady who got shot over there on Dudley Street? She has survived, but it has left her paralyzed. A Dorchester man has been detained without bail and they found him and is waiting a dangerousness hearing after being implicated as the getaway driver in a shooting that caused grave injuries, leaving a woman paralyzed. District Attorney Kevin Hayden has announced the charges in the arraignment of Devontae Stinson, 23, that took place last Thursday in Roxbury BMC. Stinson faces multiple charges, including assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, causing serious bodily injury, and illegal firearm possession. Following the events earlier this month, a woman was found paralyzed at a restaurant, endured considerable damage from the gunfire. Judge Lisa Ann Grant ordered Stinson held without bail pending a dangerousness hearing for October 29th. On October 8th at around 4:09 p.m., Boston police came to 258 Dudley Street after receiving reports of a shooting. They found a 25-year-old female victim with a life-altering gunshot wound to her back. The onslaught not only harmed the woman, but also left nearby restaurant and vehicle marked by bullets, with police recovering approximately 20 spent 9mm Luger shells casing at the scene. Luger shells at the scene. The victim, who had been returning from a doctor's appointment, was transported to a local hospital. She now faces the stark reality of life without movement from the waist down. Investigators pieced together the sequence of events utilizing a network of surveillance footage. Video evidence from before, during, and after the incident show a gray Hyundai sedan at the scene. The shooter exited and entering the vehicle, and the distressing moments of the actual shooting. The footage also revealed the intended target, who was standing outside the restaurant but retreat inside once the shooter made his approach. According to the Suffolk District Attorney's Office, my heart goes out to the innocent victim who was doing nothing more than walking from a doctor's appointment on a weekday afternoon before getting hit by a bullet meant for someone else. An arrest warrant for the actual shooter has been issued as law enforcement continues to seek justice for victims and community safety. That's horrible. That's a horrible situation. Imagine you just literally minding your goddamn business, walking home from your doctor's appointment to end up paralyzed. That's crazy. That's crazy.
25 years old.
What else happened that day is that we talked about it briefly, is during this whole encounter and investigation, there was some street debacles going on outside with a known aggressor in the city. He claims to be some type of activist or something like that. Many people know him, but he is mostly just a loudmouth. Like I don't even know what to call him. That can describe him. He got into an altercation with a young woman that was out there because he took that moment to be political when there was somebody literally about to lose their life or fighting for their life, and we found out that she ended up paralyzed. In that encounter, that man, I think he goes by the name of João de Pina. Some people know him as Zizito, and he is a known aggressor in the community, a known loudmouth, troublemaker, instigator, agitator, all of the most negative words that you can find. And he seems to pick on black women. That day, he picked on a black woman, and he met his match. He ended up disrespecting her in the most disgusting and vile way that you could ever imagine by spitting on her And at that moment, even while containing composure of herself, she managed to let off a few ripples of his hair, which he has 2 grand bald spots in the middle of it. And I think that was a relief to many people. We're going to take a commercial break and we'll come back and we'll speak to that woman. And we're going to tell you the moves that we're making in the community to make sure that this stops and that it never happens to another person again, not only by the hands of innocent of bullets hitting innocent people and the still danger that lurks out here when it comes to safety for black women especially. But not only do we have to fight against bullets and random gunshots, but also black men in our community who are using their platform to wreak havoc and cause destruction and terror. So we're going to fight back that on a very, very, very grassroots and loud way, as we make sure that women know that they have rights to be safe and walk safely in their neighborhoods. We'll talk more about that when we come back from commercial break. Keep it locked right here. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Your #1 local radio. The Spark of New England. Spark FM. Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
At Rockland Trust Bank, we know that listening matters, not just to your financial goals, but taking the time to really get to know you. Whether you're building a family or a business, investing in a new home or a college tuition, planning your finances for the next 30 days or the next 30 years, our experienced bankers will listen, not just to provide advice and resources, but to foster a relationship that truly matters. Rockland Trust Bank, where each relationship matters. Member FDIC.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Bonton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's The Avenue.
Spark FM.
Some of them don't like me.
them just fighting me. All of them could rock so.
Spark FM.
One girl every day. One girl every day. Say me name and me magically appear.
Spark FM.
Body better get her cause she out here looking fun. Better pop it because I'm out here popping mine. Don Liquors, Don Julio gon' do the trick every time.
Spark FM.
So can you come pick up your clothes? I have them folded.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
All right, we are back in the building. Welcome back, Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Before we go into the national news, we got to take care of some Boston business first. Before we went on commercial break, I told you guys about the young woman who is now paralyzed from the waist down, who got shot on deadly. And Mayor Wu, she always makes sure that we understand that although we do still have violence here, we are not void of violence. But according to everything out there, Boston is one of the safest cities out here in the city. And when these kind of things happen, it is not a time for people to double down on their hate for her, but it's time for us to come together as a community. And what we saw that day is that the community was not there. While news reporters were shooting video and doing their investigations and covering the news, we realized that there was something else happening that day, and that was another black woman that was not a victim of gun violence, but was a victim of community assault, and someone using their platform and their voice to actually assault another black woman while dealing with the assault of another innocent black woman. And we have her here today. Hi, how are you? Come a little closer to the mic. Don't be shy. We saw you, our little warrior out here.
You know, that's my MO.
That's who I am now. But we saw you, and then we also have Shahara. It's Shahara, and then we also have.
Oh, I'm just me.
Shanta. We're gonna go Fluffy. Yes, and you guys know Fluffy. Not only is she a renowned hairdresser here in Boston, she has been laying her stakes with community, with the dancers, with the hair, with the parties, with everything. So Shanta is no stranger to the spotlight. But she has taken her platform to a different level now, in that she has turned it to the defense of black women, since we seem to not have some defense out here for black women. So welcome to the show, ladies. How are you?
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. And they weren't supposed to do this. They were coming to meet and talk, but you know me. Ha ha! Got him! Sahara, how are you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I cannot complain. Blessed to be alive.
Yeah. How has it been for you since that incident? And before you go into that, I did ask her beforehand if she was triggered by the video. The video did trigger me, but in a passionate way, but also in a victorious way, in some type of way. So if you don't know about it, this is the video that occurred. In the video, you'll see Shahara in the video alongside Jao Depina, who is a self-proclaimed community activist of some type. He's never activated for shit, but he is out here, and this is the video right here. You could go for it, Tristan.
Oh shit.
Get off my hair! Did you just spit on me? Spit on me? I'm not hitting her. I didn't hit her.
I'm watching you right now. I'm seeing you here. I'm also seeing you in this video, and it's two different people. It's almost like an out-of-body experience right there. Can you tell us what happened that day?
Where do you want me to start?
How did you get into this? Like, how did you guys even start speaking to each other?
She was that happened outside my house.
So directly outside your house. So you belong there.
Yes, I was going to park my car, and I heard this man who I've never had any encounters, no interactions, don't follow him online. I have never heard of him a day in my life. I just happened to be driving around the corner and was at a red light, and I hear him yelling, "Woo woo has to go." And then he says this racist comment, and it turned my entire attention to him and was like, who is this man? And it bothered me because, again, a woman had just gotten shot. Me being a single mother and a foster mom, I left to go get my son to make sure he was safe. And then he's tarnishing a woman's reputation who represents this city. She's boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
She was at my church over the summertime, passing out backpacks, being the face of the community. So as I'm yelling at him, who are you? What have you done for this community? He's just fired up. So again, I'm already passionate because this happens way more than a little bit.
Yeah.
And my main concern is the safety of my family, myself. I have to look over my shoulder just to make sure that we're good, leaving and coming.
What are you supposed to do? So you're out there and you hear this man making all these things. What provoked you to say something?
When he said, woo woo gotta go, after he said that racist comment, I yelled back and said, so do you.
Yeah.
Because you don't belong in this.
Absolutely. You don't belong here at this moment, and neither do you know in this.
Right.
Interesting.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So if you are this self-proclaimed activist, what positive influence are you really? And what have you done to help make this situation better? And that's what I was yelling at him before I used my derogatory marks and started calling him out his name. And then he crossed the street and started recording my car.
Oh,
and
he crossed the street?
He crossed the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He was standing by the liquor store in Vasquez, and he crossed the street. So once you stepped onto 250, that's where I belong.
Yeah, this
so
is
I was
my property.
Yeah. You're walking up to my car without my permission, recording, taking pictures. Now you're at my driver's side window.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
And that's where the video starts.
Exactly. It was already up.
And we're yelling back and forth. We're yelling back and forth.
So
and in your head,
here with good intentions.
Yeah,
You're really not.
In your head, you're not thinking. Well, you could be. As a black woman, I think that it is reasonable to think if you're crossing the street yelling at me, that means you're intending to actually maybe do something. In the video, we see you guys yelling back and forth, and then all of a sudden, we hear what you say. We hear spit. There's no doubt that we heard spit. And anybody who can possibly claim that you didn't is a goddamn liar.
They are.
We heard the spit. We also heard and seen your immediate reaction. You stopped because it was like, you spit?
As I was already trying to dismiss him, telling him, protesting him as he's protesting me. She got to go, so do you.
Yes, absolutely.
You can take yourself back to where you came from.
Absolutely.
Nobody called for you. Why are you here? Right? You had every right to turn around and walk away, and there would have been no altercation.
No altercation.
But you took that extra oomph.
Yep.
And you intentionally spit on me.
Mm-hmm.
We can argue all day.
Yeah.
Argue all day.
And we have a right to argue all day.
First Amendment, as
Yeah.
you say, freedom of speech. I was expressing mine the same way you was expressing yours. You don't like it? Maybe you should look in the mirror.
Exactly. So that is also, I believe, one of the first and only times that he has crossed the line in that way, because he is a very calculated individual where he will do the absolute most and approach the line, but he wouldn't go there. And for some reason, he decided to go there with you. And he met you because you immediately pounced into action. and you got a hold of his most prized possession, because that's literally the only thing that man has going for him, is beautiful locks. And we all know that locks are beautiful. You know, let's just be honest about it. You guys are both lock wearers, so you know the sensitivity about it. You know how it feels. You know whatever. And when you
but we don't know what it feel like to get them snatched out our brain, because we don't be in people's faces.
We don't be in people's faces. Okay. And he got his snatch. And I do have to commend you, because in watching that video, I still noticed restraint from you. I still noticed that you had decorum even after somebody had spit on you, which is probably one of the most vile defenses that we could, vile things that anybody can ever do. You still, even though you lunged at him and grabbed, you could have punched him, kicked him, you could have spit on him back, you could have scratched him, you did nothing. You were just so, as a black woman, I think that is probably one of our worst traits, is that even in the time of having to, defend yourself, you're still conscious of yourself, you're conscious of your surrounding, you're conscious of your kids and who you represent. You're conscious of so many things in that moment that a lot of other people don't have to think about on a daily basis, and you still practice restraint. So I commend you for that. And since then, life for you has been a little different. People are walking down the street and clapping for you and calling you a legend and things, because I don't think that in that moment you understood is that you did something that so many of us wish that we could do in that moment, but like, you have to stay poised. It happened to me in the library, in Boston Public Library in Dudley. I was doing a panel. He waited for me to get off the panel, and then it was a setup, because he tapes everything. You can hear the setup, how it happened. And he walks over and he immediately gets on my face, and as soon as I ignored him, something triggered in him and he went crazy. And I happened to have a force field. I was watching the video again after I sent it to you. There was a force field of people around me, and I remember in that moment just being more angry that I couldn't disrespect him in the way that he was disrespecting me because of where I was. And I'm gonna just pause it right there, and I'm gonna bring it over here to you, Shanta. You've seen this around the years.
No, so I think my thing goes back even way further. Obviously, I am from Boston. I am born and raised in Boston. I am born and raised in Dudley area of Boston. I literally have witnessed so many things that I've never even brought them up because I'm waiting. And and I'm calculated also. So the thing about it is, when you deal with calculated individuals, you have to move the exact same way that they do. And this is a horrible, horrible person. Yeah. Like, and anybody that says usually everybody's entitled to their own opinion, this and that. I'm telling you, this is not a good person.
No, it's not.
This person means no one any good. And maybe there was good in him at some point. I don't know of it. And I haven't seen it. And this person continues to display hatred. It's not, y'all think that it's just women. It's not.
It's everybody.
It's women of color that hold power. Mm-hmm. That's what y'all don't understand. That's why I felt so bad for you. I felt bad, but not really bad, because I know you can handle yourself. But at the same point, it's like, how many times has that happened where the person couldn't defend themselves? Yep. And to be honest with you, there are numerous police
times.
reports.
Yep.
That people don't even know about domestic violence stuff in regards to him. It's black or women of color. From Rachel Rollins to Liz Miranda
to Mayor
Wu to you to everybody. And I literally never threatened violence against this man or anything like that. I just said, what are we doing as a community? Because did I miss it? Yeah. Because why we be so amped up about street bumps? We be so amped up about White Stadium. Yep. We be so amped up about everything. But this male, because he is not a man.
No,
he's a
definitely
male.
Not a man.
And then you should see my inbox. And one day I'm gonna post everything. Mm-hmm. Because all the men in my inbox talking about, sis, I love you. I want to say something so bad, but I can't because he always throws the the LGBTQIA community always calls people homophobic. But some of the people that he's threatening is homosexual themselves. So why are you scared? You should have did something.
I thought about that the other day, and I was just like,
it's
how many
that.
people could prove that was a hate crime because somebody was in your sister, cousin, wife's face,
let me tell you
and
why.
you knocked them out?
But let me tell you why. Because if you look at just our interaction, well, now I'm blocked. But it's okay. I needed to be blocked by him so that he can now speak in peace with only his supporters on his page. And they can be like, yeah, you right, without no interruption. Every time somebody says, no, you wrong, they're blocked.
Yep.
Fine. I'm okay with that because it makes you feel better. And it makes you feel like what you're doing is right. But what I'm saying is this. The minute I said something and I said, yo, what are we doing? Because my mom was a Black Panther. Let's just be clear. And then my family, I grew up in a very anti-political family. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I have a voice. And I know I'm a leader. But at the same time, do I want to lead? I don't even want to. I just want to go to work. But at the same time, I cannot deal with women being abused by this man. And the minute I said something, I just said, yo, what are we doing? We have several cancers in our community.
Yes.
And they are continuing to eat away at us. It's not just him, it's other ones. We got pedophiles. We got all kinds of foolishness going on. We just keep excusing over and over and over again. Well, the time is now. We are going to stop this right now. And I'm going to tell you something. The minute I said something, the minute he got wind, instead of him dealing with me as a normal person would, he goes and grabs pictures of my children and decides to post them online. I mean, 15-year-old pictures. Yeah. Kids with the Easter outfits on outside of Fenway movie theater. My kids are not little no more. He went on to say, oh, she needs to worry about raising these kids and her kids finding out she's a messy mom.
Kids in college and got jobs and doing great in this community.
I have 3. My kids are now 26, 26, and 21. I don't even got no babies. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, you got to be worried about the people, not just us, but the people that love us.
Yeah.
That's who you got to worry about. Because like I said, and I was telling my son, don't get involved. My son was like, no, on my mama, I'm going to do something. I said, no, don't put it on your daddy.
Yeah.
Why you always putting something on your mama? Like, don't putting stuff on me. Yeah. That's why my back be hurting when I wake up. Like, don't be putting nothing on me. And some of y'all do know my son. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's been up in.
Shout out to Kai.
And no, Kai is not my kid, but he is my kid. But I do be feeding him.
Kai is not your kid?
He should be, right?
Yeah.
He act like me.
Yeah.
It's Hefe, that's my son.
Yeah. Hefe is
and
your son.
I apologize for everything he's done to everybody and their daughters or whatever. Because, but my son ain't around here spitting on folks.
Both of them is.
Okay,
let's just be honest.
Yes.
That young crew of DJs, they're super talented.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, they are, what are they? What is this, millennials?
Rebellious.
Yeah. they don't really
have the rules that we have.
They don't.
Because they didn't get beatings like we did. But anyways, but that's another subject. What I'm saying is this.
It's a problem too, by the way.
I literally went, but he literally just proved my point.
Yeah.
Because instead of what he does is he tantrums.
Yeah.
And that's what we're not understanding. Whenever all I said was, can you please stop hurting Black women in our community? Now it's, you need to be you're a trash mother. He went in my inbox and was like, you was cheating on your husband with my people, and I got the proof.
Oh, well, that's what
but that's a tantrum. Yeah. That's to get us unfocused and for us to be like, ooh, and let me argue with you about this, as opposed to dealing with. I said, just like I said, all that you posted my children, all you did was piss off my family members
and
you
everybody else.
My
because
kids
now
are
it
cute.
Moved away from you, and now
my kids are cute.
Now we're dealing with the children,
and
and nobody plays with children.
Not even that. You did that to get me to call you out your name.
15 and 10.
Yeah, and they don't want to see their mother abuse.
That's another scary thing. So I have a 13-year-old, so that's another reason why I have to act like I got some sense inside, because he's an impulsive 13-year-old. I remember one time one of this same guy, Joe DePina's friend, Sean Nelson, who ran for District 7 a little while ago. Terrible individual, horrible individual. And he had said something to me, and my son got very upset, and I was just like, you go over there.
No, but
But I can't do that to him because he is built to protect his mother.
Exactly. No,
and that's what the thing.
Exactly.
That's the
and
problem.
That's why I didn't want my son, my husband, my family members involved. But I already know what's gonna happen, and I heard all y'all phone calls with everybody telling me, maybe you should just chill because you don't want him. No. You don't want your husband in jail. You don't want your son in jail. Let me tell you something. If you don't stand for something, I'm sorry. I taught my kids to stand for something.
Yep.
Stand for something. You gonna fall for anything. Like enough is enough already. And that was just a tactic to piss me off so that I can call him out his name, so he can say I'm homophobic, so he can say I'm this, so he can say I'm that. Stay focused. You cannot find nothing on me.
He was stressed out because that video went viral.
Exactly.
That was my intention.
It good, and I'm glad that you posted and you stayed low a lot for.
I gave it to someone who I knew had a platform.
Oh,
that
good.
would be able to get the word out.
And he attacked that person too.
No,
not the in the actual social media he did. I think he went into that person's inbox and was talking trash.
I made 2 attempts. The first person, he attacked them by posting her and her son, and she and her family, they started going after him and telling him to take it down. So when I gave it to the person, shout out to B-Star, I gave her the full rundown of what was said beforehand and after. That way they knew, like, I have nothing but love for people as an individual. I don't care about your sexual orientation, your gender, I don't care about none of that. As we are all human, when I bleed, you bleed.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the same color blood in our skin. So I let her know that I did call him out of his name, and I told him to go use his mouth to do what he do best for something else.
Absolutely.
And that's what triggered him, because I did call
First
him
Amendment
the F-word.
right. Yes.
All right.
But that's the problem, is that enough people are not calling him the things. The energy is not being matched.
But why? See, again, because I didn't know he was doing that to people. It was just that reciprocation.
Yeah.
Think
that
about
he
this.
take.
Let's just take a couple of instances. The lady, Toy Burton. I don't know her personally.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
I don't know her personally.
So Toy Burton is a founder and a leader when it comes to suicide prevention.
Absolutely.
She is also the creator and founder of the Roxbury Unity Parade that goes through Roxbury that she started about 6 or 7 years ago. And Toy has done a lot of things when it comes to mental health, when it comes to suicide prevention, because she lost her sister prior to her starting the organization. So that's been her life's mission. She is also someone who has dealt with domestic violence and other things. So, this is who she is. She's community at the root.
Okay.
So he attacked her.
And that male told that woman, because she just commented on your video his video to kill herself.
Do what her sister did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's one instance. That's one.
I'm not gonna lie. I kindly went in his inbox and I told him, why don't you take the advice that you gave to him?
But exactly. That's not he told a woman who has a child with autism.
Yes.
That the reason why her child is autistic is because she's dirty.
Oh no, her coochie's trash.
Exactly that.
Exact word.
And I'm trying to be PC here. Goddamn.
Sorry.
No, but
coochie.
These are the things.
I'm trying not to say the other word.
It's vagina.
Yes. Well, he didn't say those words.
Exactly. In the library, I don't have a baby. I have a 13-year-old. He was like, he followed me out of the library and was like, I hope your baby dies. I hope your baby. And I'm like, what does that mean?
What you mean what it means? He hopes your baby dies. That's what it means.
It didn't mean it because he didn't know that he just says things. He doesn't even know what he's talking about.
But
he's just saying things.
This male has children.
He has children. He has grandchildren. He has a baby infant grandchildren.
That's somebody's papa.
He has twin children.
Kids. Yeah, and that's why I told
baby
him,
infant
do not make
grandchildren.
me post the daggone police reports of your domestic violence against their mom.
Hey.
While you talking about you digging on me, we got to dig on each other.
Hey.
My thing is this. I got some skeletons, I ain't gonna lie. But I don't care. I work for me. I can't be fired.
Yeah.
I can't be let go.
Yeah.
Okay? But my thing is this, and he's a business owner too.
He is.
So my thing is this, what are we doing, y'all? The bottom line is, now that we've given y'all the facts, we've given y'all the Rachel Rollins. Remember when Liz Miranda was running, he was saying he gonna release
her
naked pictures.
Personal pictures,
He went up against Tanya Fernandez Anderson at one point. Then they was cool again. Because that's another thing. A lot of people that he go crazy with, next thing you know, they friends again.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not my problem or my concern. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all do. Once somebody tries to destroy your character and you become friends with them again, that just speaks volume as to who you are. It's not happening with me.
Yeah.
I was never friends with that man, and I'm not going to be satisfied until I see a result of what he's done.
I like what you use the word discipline.
He needs to be disciplined.
And that's what it is. Regardless of whether it's committing him because he is a mentally ill individual, and that can't be the excuse anymore. I need the community to get it together. We're all suffering. There's too many things going on in this world.
Yeah. And because if it got to me and I've had no occurrences with him, he should have been stopped.
Exactly.
He should have been stopped. And it should have never
And it wasn't one or two before. It's been a lot. He likes to use the fact that it's black women because you go after black women exponentially other than everybody else. And I want people to understand, ain't nobody out here purposely hating black men. What happens is when you guys let other black men continue to disrespect us, we can't trust none of y'all. Because even in that video, there was a black man helping you get off of him after spitting on you.
Who was recording?
It was, I think it was people from inside.
But was it a black man? Because they only stepped in after we go
you can
too
hear
far.
them.
Every time, it wasn't until you wrapped your hands around them luscious locks that anybody decided to step in. When he was in your face, somebody should have been like, yo, my man, back up.
My first encounter with him is that he was attacking a different black woman at a block party. And there was lots of black men standing around, and not one of them said anything to him. It wasn't until I got in his face and he started cussing at me in between. I'm 5'2", by the way.
With your interaction with him also, remember, it was Remy that came.
It was Remy.
It was like, get out her
and
face.
It was a different black woman that was at the library.
Marv stepped in and was like, yo, come on, get out of it. Like, he didn't say too much. He just was like, put himself between your body and his. When he was saying he gonna slap you, let me tell you something. I only seen the video one time. How long ago was that?
That was last year, October.
But I still remember it because
this is the anniversary.
But
like right now, that's so interesting.
But guess what? Guess what? It happened in my community. It happened on my block. It happened under our own watch. Why are we still acting like we don't know? We're from Roxbury. Every time we get a district 7 leader, they go to jail or whatever they go, and we ain't got nobody that we can even call in regards to a pothole. No, I will not be running for nobody's office.
Nope.
So y'all can bring up every dirty thing I ever did, and not even me, my family. It's not gonna happen. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I do. If I got a big mouth for everything else, we gonna make sure she don't never get spit on again.
Exactly.
And we gonna make sure, and I'm gonna segue this into right now, because I'm asking you, Danny, I got this beautiful space up in here. Can we host a brunch and burners class? Because we gonna eat and we gonna teach black women
that you would say that.
how to protect themselves at all times. No,
we're
not
gonna combine it
here.
too, because we're going to do 2-way and self-defense.
Absolutely.
Both of them at the same time.
And I think we should. And everybody that's on here, I see everybody on my Facebook Live, everybody that's on Spark FM. It's time. The time is now. Absolutely. There's no more crying. We gonna do what she did, and we gonna wrap our hands and we gonna pull. Because what's gonna happen is nobody is gonna want to fight with us again.
Nope.
I could see if it was something that was worth fighting for. You are not going to be up in nobody's face no more. You're going to really think twice. You're going to think twice. And that's what's going to have to happen. That's what's going to have to happen. Now, what they talking about?
No, it's, we got numbers from everywhere. So right now it's going a little bit nutso. And that's good because it needs to be spread far and wide. And it's not just because of him. I don't want people to think that it's just because of him. We are facing another 3 years of wild and crazy shit.
Absolutely.
And black women, if you do not stop being afraid of your rights in this country to not only know the law, but to also protect yourself in many different ways, bear arms, all kinds of stuff, then we're going to continue to be what he likes to call the victim. I don't feel like a victim.
We're not
You
victims.
are not a
Far
victim
from it.
either.
Nah, we
And
survivors.
He likes to say like we like to play victim. I want you to understand, because I'm pretty sure that he's listening in some capacity or will capacity. There is no victims when it comes to you. And if that's what you think, you will most likely be the only victim here, because nobody's playing those games anymore.
No more. Everybody's done. It's time out. Say again. It's time out for people that want to hurt black women, and we stand by. And I'm telling you, shout out to everybody from all my crazy cousins and everybody that's like, what we doing now? Not no later, now. And I said, no. The same way as he's strategic, that man, let me tell you the real reason he was over by your house, though. Because that man has a police scanner, and he literally goes and antagonizes every crime scene, does despicable acts like recording dead bodies and recording people that are injured and hurt, and talking trash and antagonizing the police and whoever else. And let me just tell you something. Time out for that, too. Y'all chasing, whether it's the guy on the rollerblades, everybody just wants to be famous so bad. We don't need the likes and shares. We're already who we are. I'm already who I am. I'm 50 years old in 2 weeks.
I ain't got time for that. My time is done now.
I'm good. I'm trying to make sure nobody ain't doing nothing wild to my daughters. I got 2 daughters. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 daughters and a son. I ain't worried about the son too much. But them daughters, my son's going to end up going to jail for protecting his sisters.
But I think, and that's why before it gets to the point where Hefe has to do that, we have got to we got to defend ourselves. And I want that to be the emphasis here. Shahara, you are very on it right now. Like you're in the zone. And I commend you, because usually people, it's done, leave me alone, I'm gonna do whatever. But I think that it's important for someone like you to be out here on the radio talking about these kind of things, because it's important. You were just standing outside your house. You were coming home and you were parking your vehicle, and it's not right that happened to you. And I know I didn't do anything, but on the behalf of Boston, like, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. That's disgusting. And I'm also glad that you were able to handle yourself.
Yes. I appreciate you guys saying that. I was disgusted for the entire week. Like, every time I went to take a drink of water, I felt like I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
And
because you don't know what that man got. That's his bodily fluids. And we know he done been.
I went to call the doctors to make an appointment, and they're going to tell me they didn't have anything for a couple months out. And I told them, I said, I've been assaulted. Someone spit on me. The closest they could give me was November 4th.
Wow.
Like, our healthcare system.
It's crazy.
Everything about this city right now needs to be revamped.
And it's like when I took him to court, they all know about him. He has harassed the very bailiffs in the building. Yeah. He has harassed judges. He has harassed police. He has harassed so many things, and it's always so confusing to me why it's so untouchable.
Yeah.
Like, why can't nobody? I've seen him in the middle of the Haitian Day Parade, harassing Mayor Wu, following her down the street while they're doing the anthem. I mean, the man literally has no respect for authority, for elders, for children, for dogs. I'm surprised they didn't take his dog already. I'm surprised that he's still in business, because he owns a flower shop. And if you ever patronize that, please don't.
Right.
Boycott it 100%.
Because how are you wishing death on children, but you're providing flowers for funerals?
Exactly.
How is that even possible?
Exactly.
Why are we supporting somebody like that?
Who supporting?
The community, clearly.
It's mostly
I will pick weeds from by a light post before I buy flowers.
It's mostly, and I want to say that, and this is a special message to the people who support him and encourage him and coddle him and enable him, especially you Black and Cape Verdean women that sit there and kiki and ha-ha and like everything that he does and share his posts. You guys are worse than him, because the same way that you laughing at us, It's the same way that you make a bad move and he's going to come after you too, and he's going to come after your children. And you guys should be embarrassed, and you guys should feel some type of way because you guys are lower than anything else.
Right. They're just like him, so they don't feel it. But I'm
it's all fun and games.
Everybody does want to know.
Until the rabbit got the gun.
Yep.
He don't even have a name of his.
Until the rabbit.
He don't even have a name for his business.
Have you pressed charges?
It's in motion.
Thank you. Because she's not. Yeah, she's pressing charges.
She's pressing charges. Yeah. If she don't, I'm gonna press charges for her.
Yeah. So I received a call from the detective. He said he put it in, but because of the court systems, again, everything needs to be revamped. He said it could be December.
But the day that court date comes, we need to fill that courthouse.
100%.
We need to fill that courthouse. Everybody, half y'all don't got no jobs. Y'all all on my live. Y'all all on my live. And shout out to OJ, because you definitely did call me like, what we doing? Because me and OJ be beefing. But he was like, let me tell you something. I definitely have your back 100%, and I'm not scared. And let me tell you something. That means a lot, because we got a lot of scary individuals around here.
We got a lot of scary.
But just, y'all be okay. I'm okay. I got a husband that don't play about me. So, yeah. So, let me just say this. She's going to work that day. Maybe that's the catalyst we need. They had a Rosa Parks for the other movement. The day you go to court, that courthouse need to be packed out, and we need to be demanding justice. We need him to be held. Not just held accountable. Stay in jail. Stay in jail.
And a concern and
he is a threat to this community.
Mental evaluation, and if y'all don't want to put him in jail, you got to sit him down in a white room for a while so he can think about his actions.
I love me, I hug me jacket
and load him up with nice cocktail of drugs, because he is a problem. He is a very, very dangerous individual. He is mentally unstable. And I will use every platform, every voice, every share that I can to do whatever I can to bring him down. And if he do think that he's coming towards me one more time, please think differently.
I said it. I warned him.
I just want people to think differently about how you approach certain individuals. Because not only do I come with a platform, I come with a lot of other things.
But that man,
people.
Danny, I'm telling you now, that man I got all the messages in my phone where he's saying he's going to have somebody beat my daughters up. He going to have somebody beat me up. He wants to see my husband. Trust me, you don't want to see my husband.
And just
you don't.
You know what? For shits and giggles, you should just file a report anyway.
I'm going to file a report. Yeah. I don't care if it goes anywhere. I just want to make it, put it on record, because if the day he run up is the day he gonna get done up. I'm not playing these games.
That's what I tell Sparkle all the time.
I tell people all the time, slow singing and flower bringing if my burglar alarm starts ringing. I'm really about this life. I really am about protecting my family, about protecting myself, and I'm about protecting children. So if anybody, I've been a foster parent for 21 years. I literally just retired, and I'm going to tell you right now, exactly. I didn't open my heart and home to kids in our community to make life better for somebody like this to disrupt.
100%.
No more. It's going to stop now. Cherry, you're absolutely right. We're going to stand outside that courtroom. We're going to go inside until they tell us to leave. And we're going to literally support this sister right here.
100%. You have full support.
I got the address.
Yeah.
Pull up outside your crib.
No, we know the address. We've been knew the address.
Pull up outside your crib. We can make as much noise as you're making.
And that subsidized housing needs to go for you, sir.
Exactly.
Since you hate the mayor so much.
And he's an avid Trump supporter as well.
Ain't no way he no average. He does think for shock value. Trump don't like poor people. So he don't like you, sir.
He doesn't realize that he's poor. He's poor in many different ways. We do got to wrap up the show, but we're going to talk after this, and very shortly after, when we do put out information about how you guys should be protecting yourself, we make sure that y'all sign up immediately. Because we got a lot of space here.
Yes.
We can hold a lot of people.
And we need that.
Yes, and we will do it.
Thank you to Spark. Thank you for y'all even giving us your time. Because we need when I tell you, I'm going to be making my rounds to every single station that will let me in. Because we're going to stop this. I promise you we're going to stop this. Y'all going to feel a little bit safer. We got other stuff to worry about. as to why the block was getting shot up in the damn first place at everybody's favorite Spanish restaurant. Because
for the record, if you do need flowers, go see my good friend Boston Flower Co. in Mattapan Square, Black-owned Jamaican powerhouse, and she does the best flowers. And we'll figure out how you guys can start the boycott. We're gonna hit him not only all the ways, but also in the pockets too. Y'all should not be patronizing that business. There's a lot of Cape Verdean flower shops as well. If you guys want to support your own, I'll make sure you guys have a list of those. But we stop all support for that man.
Absolutely. I'm
It's
100%
done.
in
Stops
agreement.
here. With that said, people, we do got to go. Sahara, thank you so much. Shanta, thank you guys so much for being here and making your voices known and heard and protecting this community. Thank you for standing up to a bully and doing what you had to do. And like we said, you have our full support. Anything you need, let us know. We outside. We outside.
Thank you.
With that said, Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. We're going to slide on over to the side. We'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. If you see Tony, wish her feel better. She's on the mends right now. So have a good day, people. Be blessed. Stay unstressed and protect yourself.
Yes.
No bullies. Bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Your #1 local radio. The Spark of New England. Spark FM.
Bringing the heat back to the airwaves.